The 2025 WNBA season arrives tomorrow. But before we move on, let's revisit the top of the top, the best of the 2024 W season. Starting off, top dimes. Chelsea Gray with the tough pass to Asia Wilson-Perk.
Talking about threading the needle.
Look at that.
All through traffic.
Now, here we go. Angel Reese, touchdown to Cardoso.
Ain't nothing like a great outlet pass, especially when it's full court.
And finally, Caitlin Clark behind the back magic to Nalissa Smith.
Just special. Just special. On time, on target.
All right, next up, some big-time buckets. Kalia Copper with the corner three to win it for the Mercury.
That was crucial.
Look at that. So nice, we'll see it twice. Now to Indiana. This huge Caitlin Clark, almost logo three.
Man, pulled up with all the confidence in the world.
Another Fever versus Suns matchup here as Marina Mabrey sealed the playoff series for the win there for the Sun to eliminate the Fever. Next up, Perk, top unanimous MVP moments from Asia Wilson. 1 second left versus the Sky. You see the bucket right there.
Just perfectly executed, soft hands, catching the rock, finishing in traffic, doing what MVPs do.
A buzzer beater. And then the moment where she made history, becoming the first WNBA player to reach 1,000 points in a season.
So underrated with her mid-range game. That mid is nice when it comes to Asia.
And lastly, top moments from the finals last season. Final seconds of game one, Courtney Williams with the dagger.
And one.
Yes, sir. Count it. And now in Minnesota for game three, Sabrina with the game winner from deep.
I'm watching this game.
The Liberty would go on to win game 5 in overtime for their first championship in franchise history. The WNBA begins their 29th season Friday night. We'll have a pair of huge games for you. Saturday on ABC, ESPN Plus, and Disney Plus. The defending champion Liberty hosts Asia Wilson and the Aces at 1 Eastern, 10 a.m. Pacific. Then Caitlin Clark and the Fever host Angel Reese in the Sky. WNBA Countdown starts at 12:30 Eastern, 9:30 Pacific. All right, we welcome in Alexa Philippou, who will be covering the WNBA all season. This Saturday, you'll be on hand as the reigning champs get their rings at Barclays. How much anticipation is there surrounding the Liberty this season?
There's a ton of anticipation, George, to see if they can actually become one of the few franchises that have ever repeated. But for them, they're really interested in trying to treat this like a new season, a new journey, because they know how hard it is to just replicate that success. And I think you saw that in how they treated their offseason and the different players they brought in. And I want to highlight one in Natasha Cloud right now. Cloud is someone that the Liberty franchise had their eyes on really for some time now, but they didn't think she was going to be available this offseason because she was still under contract with the Phoenix Mercury. Lucky for the Liberty, Natasha Cloud was then traded to the Sun, and the Liberty were able to work out a trade to get her from Connecticut by sending 2 first-round picks to the Sun. But Liberty GM Jonathan Kolb really sees Cloud as a player who can amplify what the Liberty already do well, and that she's such a two-way force that can really pay dividends for them down the stretch in the playoffs when defense is more important than ever before. And really for them, they think that this is a player that really there's no potentially better backcourt partner to Sabrina Ionescu than Natasha Cloud. We saw some of that on Unrivaled when they played on the same team in Phantom, and so now we'll get to see what that pairing looks like, and that's one of the things I'm most excited to see when I'm at the game on Saturday.
Alexa, you mentioned GMs a moment ago and making deals. Well, the GM survey for the WNBA came out. Some interesting results. What stood out to you?
Well, one of the things that just around the league kind of stood out was that the Minnesota Lynx were really significantly favored to win the WNBA title. You see that there 60% of GMs thought that they will win. So that also means the majority of GMs don't think the Liberty will repeat. I think one of the things that we're seeing there is that there's some concern about the loss of a player like Benijah Laney Hamilton for the Liberty, who will miss the season due to a knee injury, such a huge part of their success and their grit and their identity. But it's also a testament to everything that the Lynx have done well. You'll also notice that 2/3 of the GMs thought that Nafisa Collier will be the MVP. Cheryl Reeves saying recently that she thinks Nafisa Collier is about to enter her prime, that we haven't even seen the best of her yet. And I think it's also a testament to the respect that Cheryl Reeves has around the league as head coach. There's no, shocker that she got basically swept all the coaching votes for the GM survey. And this is a league, too, that there's 7 new head coaches, 7 coaches that have never had that top position in the league before. And we're really seeing a combination of a great superstar player, a tenured but the most really successful coach. They're returning 85% of their scoring production. They also were voted to have the projected best defense. And I will say really quickly, too, while we're talking about the present, the Fever weren't necessarily the top team to win it all this year, but you could look at the survey too. You see that they have a lot of projections that they're going to be a force to be reckoned with longer term with their young core and new coaches and everything there.
Yep, Stephanie White there now with the Fever. Alexa, thank you.